I really do think it's time that we talk about the state of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. We just got Season 1 reloaded, and while it does bring us some really nice quality of life changes, there seems to be this consensus that every single time they take one step forward, they take two steps backwards. I do want to preface all of this by saying that I'm not sitting here to just complain, because that is unproductive and accomplishes nothing. For any issue or problem that I'm going to talk about in this video, I'm going to provide a direct solution on how to make these things better, because otherwise there's no point of making a video like this. So right here, right now, I want to talk about the issues that are plaguing Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 and provide direct feedback and suggestions that can improve these things and make the game better, which is pretty much all I ever hope to accomplish by making videos like this. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see these games improve, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more stuff like this. And today we're really going to take a deeper dive into what is messing up this game. What? The first issue that I'd like to talk about, which is something that actually kind of more recently came to light, but it's something that I've kind of noticed in the experience of playing Modern Warfare 2, is skill-based damage. For quite a while now, there's been some ridiculous conspiracy theories going around about skill-based damage, skill-based hit markers, skill-based hit detection. It sounds kind of dumb, right? And it almost kind of nullifies the seriousness of skill-based matchmaking and how much it actually influences the gameplay. Well, here's the thing. If any of this stuff is actually true, and it can be proven, then this could seriously be a breaking point for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer and Warzone 2. And unfortunately, there have actually been some clips recently being shared that show us different things happening in the game that actually just straight up look to be impossible. I'm talking about the MK2 marksman rifle getting a literal one-shot kill to the toe without the player taking any previous damage, which just makes no sense. The MK2 is not able to get a one-shot kill at that range and at that location of the body. And on top of that, there's clips surfacing from Warzone 2 of players losing melee fights even though they meleeed the enemy first, and they meleeed them more times than the enemy with the same amount of armor. How exactly can that be explained?
Literally, if that's not proof of skill-based damage, I don't know what is.
There's no stim hit markers, there's no battle rage being used. It is a level fight, but it's not a fair fight. And if that wasn't bad enough, there's aimbot hackers running rampant again, so that's cool. Look, I don't want to believe that the matchmaking is being manipulated to this level, but it can't be ruled out entirely when there is actual footage that says otherwise. We're starting to see more and more of this evidence stacking against them, and I think Activision needs to actually just come clean about skill-based matchmaking and or engagement optimized matchmaking systems in these games so people know what they're really investing their time and money into. But moving on from that, let's talk more about the Season 1 Reloaded specific changes and things that are going on with the game. Somehow, camo progression has broken again. Unlocks once again make no sense for what you do and don't have unlocked in the game. At this point for Modern Warfare 2, it's hard to tell what's a bug and what's actually a feature in the game. I've also seen multiple tweets and comments from people saying that camo progressions have reset again. And if I'm not mistaken, this happened at the beginning of Season 1 as well, but Infinity Ward did undo this issue, and they did eventually restore the camo progress, so that is good, and hopefully they'll do that again. Another strange thing regarding camos in this game is that they appear brighter in the preview, but it doesn't look like they were actually changed in game. Again, is this a bug or a feature? Who knows? Next up, let's talk about the Riot Shield because it was nerfed hard. The changes that Infinity Ward made to the Riot Shield make using it less viable, but you can still put it on your back and be a complete with no issue at all. Now look, we have no clue if they have data to back this up, but nerfing the Riot Shield this hard seems like Infinity Ward intentionally wants it to be harder to progress Riot Shield camos for players on shipment. There can't possibly be any evidence to show that the Riot Shield was broken and overpowered and that it needed a serious nerf. I mean, this is now the weakest Riot Shield in Call of Duty history. You move slower, it's harder to use throwing knives paired with the Riot Shield, and it's now a 3-hit kill in core. And what really doesn't make sense is that turtling, which is the process of putting the Riot Shield on your back and just using a primary weapon as your other gun, has started to become the meta once again in this game, and it's a very annoying and frustrating one. With changes like this, it actually just feels like Infinity Ward doesn't even play their own games as multiplayer, because if you're someone who plays this game's multiplayer regularly like I do, you know how frustrating it is to be playing against people constantly using Riot Shields as cover for their backs. And this is coming from someone who has already done the Riot Shield camos, and I have a Ryan camo. So good luck to everyone else who needs to get this stuff done. My suggestion to you guys as players is maybe wait for a Riot Shield buff to start going for those camo challenges, and I really feel strongly that Infinity Ward should undo the nerfs that they did to the Riot Shield. It just seems so unnecessary. And I do feel strongly that they should nerf how the Riot Shield performs when you put it on your back. You should either move slower, or the Riot Shield should be able to be broken or deteriorated, in order to discourage people from playing like complete Next up, let's talk about Building 21. It was added, but not really. You can get the key card in DMZ mode, and you can extract, and you can have the card, but you can't even access this this area yet. Infinity Ward says that it's a surprise/secret, but we really don't know how to get into the building. Some people are speculating that DMZ might have a similar kind of like Warzone nuke challenge where you'd have to exfil 5 times in a row to get access to Building 21. Or they'll just randomly release it. Who knows?
Great communication, guys.
Speaking of which, there's also no combat records for Warzone 2 yet. So when are we getting combat records? Well, guess what? It's TBD because of issues tracking the data.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.
I think a lot of us are hoping that this means Raven is working to retroactively include all of our Warzone stats from the very beginning of the launch of Warzone 2. But if they don't do that, then none of your past or current progress right now will be recorded for your combat record. So please just keep that in mind before you start pouring in more hours into this game. Next up, let's talk about the kill feed in the game. Oh wait, there's nothing to talk about because it hasn't been improved. This is truly one of the most bland kill feeds in a Call of Duty game. It only shows a maximum of 4 kills, and new kills instantly push old kills out of the kill feed. This kill feed functions worse than Call of Duty games that are a decade plus old, and there are no settings to change things, and they haven't improved it on their own at all. And on top of that, there's still no kill feed in Tier 1, and there's been no improvements to the user interface in Tier 1. My suggestion for the kill feed to Infinity Ward is to just make the default kill feed more like Modern Warfare 2019's, and also give us some kill feed settings, please. Now, I know it's all been sounding like bad news so far for Season 1 Reloaded, so let's talk about something good. They have not brought back original hardcore modes. Okay. Yeah, I think I might have jumped the gun there. There has still been no communication from Infinity Ward about feedback that this community has given them about wanting hardcore back. I really don't have much else to say about this. I mean, currently, it just sounds hopeless. But Infinity Ward, if you are listening, the hardcore community would love to have the original modes back. Again, Tier 1 is not a proper replacement for hardcore. While there are similarities, it plays fundamentally different, and there's also a lot of missing elements that hardcore has. Or at least used to have, since it's just a dead and non-existent game mode in Modern Warfare 2. But thankfully, it's not all bad news, and there actually have been some nice things added to the game, and I do want to talk about that because it's only fair. You can play the holiday version of Shipment in the game early. I made a quick video about this yesterday. It was actually really interesting and looks great, and I think they put a lot of time and effort into this version of Shipment, and I think people might actually enjoy playing it more because Shipment is kind of dark by default. Which, by the way, let's talk about Shipment. It is back and actually really good. The map mostly flows like OG COD 4 Shipment, which is great, but like I said before, it is kind of a dark map. Visibility can absolutely be an issue on this map, but at least it plays well. Just make sure to check those corners and really pay attention when you're in dark areas. Next up, let's talk about Warzone Cup. I thought it was fun. I'm not exactly sure what regular Rocket League players might think about this game mode, but from a casual player standpoint, I actually had a lot of fun playing it. It's nice to see some different and unique modes come into the game, even if that means that they're essentially being borrowed or stolen from other games. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and you also get a lot of XP for playing this LTM. It's great for leveling up and just kind of goofing around, so if that's your thing, go for it. And we absolutely have to talk about the raid that was added to Modern Warfare 2 because this is very different for Call of Duty. The first raid that was added with Season 1 Reloaded is called Atomgrad. It's available in regular and veteran difficulties, and you get different rewards depending on the difficulty that you beat. You're guaranteed the gas skin for beating the regular difficulty, but if you beat the raid on veteran difficulty, you're guaranteed a unique weapon blueprint. And you will get other rewards as well, but they're randomized. In order to actually play the raid, it requires 3 players. You have to have a party of 3. And Infinity Ward does claim that it can take up to 2 hours to beat the raid, which is a pretty heavy time investment. Oh, and by the way, there's no matchmaking, so yes, you have to get 3 people into a party before you can even start this. This definitely makes raids similar to Destiny, but again, you can't solo the raid. You have to be at least in a party of 3. I think for that reason, LFG will be great for actually trying to complete the raid. And even though I haven't played Destiny in quite a while and I don't keep up with the game, one of the things that was very annoying was not being able to matchmake into raids with random people. I think a good solution for this in Modern Warfare 2 raids would be to have matchmaking but have forced game chat so that way people can communicate. Infinity Ward actually did add some great new group features into the game as well, which could help with completing the raid. Some other nice quality of life improvements that Infinity Ward has made to the game is that you can save custom mods for your weapons, which is nice. It makes it easier to save your own variants of guns so that way you don't have to keep reapplying the same attachments that you like to use. They also added the ability to go straight into the firing range next to your creator class, which again is a nice little feature. Something that I'm kind of torn on is the double XP UI additions to the game. They are good, and you can easily see how much time you have left for double XP, and you can activate them in the middle of a match. But it does make it harder to rage quit games because you can't get to the leave game button as quickly. And you really do have to be careful not to accidentally use your tokens while trying to leave a game. On top of that, as well, as I'm sure you guys saw, the Chimera assault rifle was added. It's the Honey Badger from Ghost, and it's actually a really good gun. But I think they still have not figured out a proper flow for unlocking these new guns yet. See, you can do the DMZ challenge to unlock the Chimera, but Not really. Since none of us can properly access Building 21 in DMZ yet, you can't extract with the gun and unlock it that way. And since there's no Warzone challenge, you have to play multiplayer to unlock it for free. Thankfully, the challenge is to just get 2 kills in 15 different games, so you can just leave the game and then rinse and repeat and quickly get it unlocked in about 10 to 15 minutes playing Shipment. It's kind of weird that some people actually have an issue with this. They don't like the fact that people are rage quitting, and that is understandable, but literally the only other way to get the gun is to buy the store bundle, which is not great. Me personally, I don't care if other people rage quits to get the gun. That's totally understandable given how Infinity Ward has set things up for the unlock paths for this gun. My main feedback to Infinity Ward would be to have unlock methods for every main mode in the game to unlock these guns, and have the unlock path be possible at release versus making people wait. And lastly, guys, we knew this one was coming, but I just want to savor the moment again. The LA Thieves CDL skin was actually nerfed. There's more bright red accent colors added to the skin, which is perfect since that skin would be nearly invisible on shipment. One thing I have not seen yet though is that there's still no official word on refund potential on different platforms, specifically PlayStation and Steam. We did see some information saying that if you play on Xbox or Battle.net, you can start a refund process, but it's still not completely clear as to what is going to happen here. I mean, I personally have not bought the skin. I will not buy it, so I'm not going to ever refund it, but I figured I would mention that because you're probably still going to see a lot of those skins on shipment. But with that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk about the state of Modern Warfare 2 right now. I genuinely wish Infinity Ward the best of luck with handling things as far as it goes for Modern Warfare 2, DMZ, and Warzone 2. I want this game to continue to succeed and be as good as possible. I know people say that they're passionate about Call of Duty, but I don't think that necessarily means that they genuinely care about and love the game and want to see it nurtured and become better. That's something that I can confidently say that I want to happen to the game. I don't want this game to die. I don't want it to be bad. If the game's having problems or issues, I talk about it because I want the game to get better. So please keep that in mind before you say that I'm just sitting here complaining. And with that being said, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did and you want Modern Warfare 2 to get better, make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys later. I might have almost just scored it on us. Dude, this is so cool. Come on. Golasol! Ah! He killed me. How did he kill me?